I think you brought up a great point. There's a difference between being self-sufficient and selfish. You mentioned something about being a Girl Scout.
Yeah.
And being the preparedness. How important is it to be prepared rather than just last minute?
So I've always been told that where preparedness meets opportunity, that's where you can find success, right? So you should be prepared for the opportunity. I don't know if I've shared with you yet. I got a new job starting in a couple of weeks.
All right, congrats.
Thank you. I set a goal when I sold my business and came back into corporate America. I said, I'm going to give myself really 5 years to get to VP level. And when I told people that, they were like, what are you serious? You're coming back in kind of entry level, right? Whereas I should be mid-level, right? But I was kind of started back somewhat entry. And well, so I'm at 3 years in and I'm going to be AVP level. So it's only one more step. And there's really no reason for it not to be. But that's happening because I am prepared for it. And I sought out the opportunity myself. I took control of that myself. So that's not, oh, Dana's so great. That's saying, if you want to find any type of success, you got to be ready for it when it comes, because I'll tell you why. So I actually didn't even interview for the job I got. Just how good God is. I interviewed for a different role, and then this role, through all kinds of other things that happened, I knew it was open, but I thought it had been filled. The person I interviewed with wasn't even the person hiring for this role at first, but became the person hiring for the role. It's more perfect for me than the role I even interviewed for. And so when she called, she said, hey, she emailed and said, are you interested in this? Look at this job description and tell me. I was like, yeah. So she said, let's set up some time later today. When she called me, I said, hello. She said, I just want to know, so the job is yours to deny. Are you interested? Do you want it? If not, I'll move on to somebody else, but it's yours if you want it. Got to be prepared. And then the opportunity will come.
Hey, the importance of preparation, even with this, like I told you before, I wanted to do this particularly like somewhat this format in 2019, but I had the conversations about starting a podcast probably end of 2017, 2018 beginning. Wow. And it was just, I didn't want to put some stuff together and be like, all right, look, I'm doing something. I at least wanted to make sense. Most of the time right now, I'm like, make it make sense. So has to make sense. So, it with being prepared for this, I'm just using this as an example. When I met you in Lexington, at the time I was doing I was about to start a mental health specialist position. And prior to that, I just finished the counseling program. I had a life-altering event happen with, injuries, and I had to go through the recovery process with my legs. And during the time, I was doing research about rehabilitation, specifically cognitive and behavioral therapies. And, the information that, I was receiving, and, once I got to, the mental health position, I was, doing certain works. And I was like, I don't know how this is going to work, but I just know I need to do it. It was something innate. So I kept it with the steps, daily discipline. So it's like after a while, you have the information compiled. And then once I started to engage with the community, there was a elementary and a middle school locally. Shout out to those individuals that, were of support. Still respect. But I took that information and also the research I was doing professionally and put it into a dissertation.
Yeah.
And also did an audio component, which, I'm gonna express the importance of literacy to, young, older, regardless. If if you have an issue with literacy or you can't read, don't feel, negative about it. Be open. There's people willing to support you and help you, me being one. But it's definitely an importance of literacy. So I'm gonna express that. But I did an audio component because some of the population that I was serving, they couldn't read, or they had difficulty reading. So I wanted to make it simple and plain. But I was saying, for the preparedness, doing that prepared me for Tulsa. Then Tulsa prepared me for next steps.
Nothing ever was handed, all about respect, never about ego. Wish I could have retired a long time ago and disappeared way beyond the trees. But my homies kept influencing me, said they needed to hear my lyrics, like my flow, cause they felt my spirit. Plus the people needed to hear it, a conversation with conscientious lyrics.